You always say that, how do I measure passion? Me can't measure passion, I must come up with some objective way of measuring passion. My question to you, how do you measure administration? Which objective?
Go again?
Which objective criteria?
No. We define administration.
How do you measure that it is administration?
I'm going to say again, we define what administration is.
Well, me define what passion is. The love and devotion.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
All right, you're not going to understand. Big up
we, for example, use coaching as one metric of administration. And we can look at a coach like Arteta, who came to Arsenal that was doing
club system, no, but give me world examples, man.
Yeah, give me a national example if you can. Give him a national example if you can.
With a dominant team.
No,
give me a national
repeat
example.
that.
You know. I don't want you to talk about Arsenal and a club, my boss. Because
why?
Because that is not my
argument. No, the argument was national passion, remember?
No. Orville is the one who created this whole thing. That for international team, the rules are different. I never agreed with that point.
All right.
Orville is the one who said for international team, administration don't function in the same way as national team or clubs. And I said, I disagree with that. So why are you asking me now to come over to your side and agree with you?
Hey, you know, so the owner of Arsenal, nobody in Arsenal, which city Arsenal? Which state? London. You know, so nobody in London now feel love football for Arsenal be the most dominant club team in the world.
May I ask you a question?
Can we just go buy some players for Arsenal?
Did Arteta make a difference at Arsenal?
We talk again tomorrow, my boss.
Answer my question, big man. Did Arteta make a difference at Arsenal?
Yeah, talk
what score is it at? What score is it at?
Nilla. Take your licks for today, my boss. Later.
I'm heading to the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Right.
We talk tomorrow, Arsenal.
Cool.
We talk tomorrow, Arsenal.
Yeah. So the man I'm going to Arsenal example. I believe that you can dominate a club competition without nobody in your city.
You did say international and national.
Because if me's a rich mogul now and me go for in one side we have struggled, Southampton. And me just have the money to buy all of the best ballers in the world on Southampton.
Here's my question. Would you buy a keeper?
May I buy everybody? I must buy a keeper.
No, man, I mean first. I'm just
may I buy a team. And if I keep the first acquisition, I can't give me no take him.
Yeah, fair enough.
Me know you try.
Yeah.
All right.
But we know you wouldn't go for a keeper though, not first.
Why not? Suppose is a
if you can choose anybody. Who
no man, they may go want a solid keeper.
No, but if you said you would give at Southampton, we give you the best 3 ballers. Take any 3 ballers in the world. Who are you gonna take?
The best striker, best midfield, and the best defender.
Okay. So all right, that's enough said.
Right.
No, we don't want to say anything more than that. So you take a best striker, best midfielder,
put somebody in the goal.
And the best defender is going to be a central defender, right? It's going to be a centre back, not a right back. That's you know why you're doing that?
What?
For a reason, because you think centre back is more important than right back.
The position of centre back.
Exactly.
The position of goalkeeper more important than the centre back.
But you didn't pick a goalkeeper.
Put it this way.
You didn't pick a goalkeeper. I gave you 3 picks.
No, man, because
out of anybody in the world.
Man,
and you picked positions. You didn't even pick player. You picked positions.
But me, I have a goalkeeper. But me, I got you want me to say to you now. If the rules allow me to play with 10 men, so me not have rules now.
Yeah.
If the rules of football would allow me to play with 10, I go and still have.
But you keep going,
those 10 positions.
But you keep going.
And the goalkeeper must be one of them.
But you keep going to the rules. You keep going to the rules. We're past the rules.
If I have to play with 7,
no, you know.
Have a goalkeeper.
Hold on, you know what we just did? When I asked you, you're the general manager or the manager at Southampton.
Let's go back on that. Hello. Oh, it's there then. Speak.
Yes.
Yeah, man, you're live, you know.
Yes, speak. I'm here.
CC from Portmore.
Yeah, man, CC from Portmore. I just think argument on our research about
you're on Bluetooth?
Yeah, man, you hear me good?
No, take it off.
I'm going to take it off, then.
Yes.
You hear me good now?
Much better.
All right, so let me tell you, me and a man come and say me a Moran Pointer. But do I just say Moran Point, any point? Lakers in 5? Yeah, man, a CC in 5. Because I don't know this man come and start talk one bag of thing. First thing not even know say not out affects average. This is the problem with someone having them take your hand, but they don't know nothing. Alright? So him come and him say, me I use it. So when I gave the example, you have VVX Laxman, Sourabh Ganguly, Rahul Dravid, all of them play 100 games, 100 tests with Sachin Tendulkar, Zidane, right?
Yeah.
And Orville. Do you think Brian Lara would have played so many games with an ex-batsman that is as good as any one of these three batsmen?
Maybe Shiv.
So maybe Shiv, right?
Yes.
So one person.
Maybe
And then this one. You hear me? Sourabh Ganguly.
Maybe Sarah. Maybe Gill.
No, remember one man average 52, one man average 46, and the other man average 42. So if you have a call them, man, if you have a call Gill, how much Gill average as a test cricket?
40.
Test cricket.
Both him and Sarah average 40.
And I'm saying to you, when you look at the...
No, man, if you go and ask if Sachin play with a better batting cast, then there's no argument.
No, that's why I'm saying when he came and he was talking about Richardson and some other guys, I'm trying to... as Zidane
no, he was saying at the start of his career.
Yeah, but I'm saying to you, I never said those things. Like I said Sachin Tendulkar over his career would have generally played with a stronger batting lineup.
All right.
And that's fair. I did say to him that's the point.
So when a man said that you just work with that, but when you come on that, and I said I am not eliminating average, but you have to add something else because average is not purely talking about the runs where you score because it has to take in consideration.
Neither does runs per innings actually.
So anyway,
runs per innings is not a true indication of how much runs you make per innings.
It's when you talk Orville, you talk about. No, I'm saying it's an average of how much runs you make per.
But it is not a true reflection, my boss.
So the thing about average too. If you should follow English language as I said.
No, hold on.
What gives you average?
Hold on, my boss.
Average Orville.
CC, make we have a conversation.
Not a conversation where I say.
So now that you say something, let me say something. You say if I play in 10 innings and I make 500 in a one and out the other 9, my runs per innings is 50. But I never scored 50 no time.
So then Orville,
but that's not average. But that's what average is.
But that is runs per innings as well. Average and runs per innings can be the same.
Runs per innings is the average. It's a average out.
Hold on.
But that's the purpose of average.
So here's the point I'm making. He says average is not a true reflection of what you do innings by innings. And I'm saying neither does runs per innings.
None of them are.
Good. None of them are. So that's the point.
But I'm saying to you, what you are...
You see me eventually say the point. None of them are. Both of them.
I just said...
Both of them are averages.
Jesus Christ, man.
Keep going, CC.
Hold on. No, man. Both of them are averages. One does use not out and one does not.
Yeah, man, I was done.
But both of them is an average score of runs and how often you bat. One takes into consideration not out, one doesn't. But runs per innings is not a true reflection of what you do.
If you do 10 exams and your average, and they say, okay, your average is 50. And you score, say you do 10 exam, and they say your average is 10. And you score 100 per one, and you score 0 per the rest. That means you get 10 per everything?
All I'm saying, it is not
I'm asking you a question.
No, it doesn't mean that.
So then why is it that you're bringing up kindergarten something?
Because maybe you argue at a kindergarten level, so you have to come down to your level. Good, sir.
Orville, you come here arguing a kindergarten. I'm going to show you something.
And I'm saying, if you think my points are kindergarten,
you are being.
CC, don't get sidetracked, man.
You are trying to be adversarial.
Because it's sure what's between you talk about kindergarten like things that mean.
CC, don't get sidetracked. Keep going, CC. Keep going.
Why you keep going? Listen to them, Mr. Big Man. Averages, runs per innings are not a reflection of what you were doing because that is an average score as well. Take the point and stop get personal about me attack at kindergarten level.
All right, so
good.
You're trying to be adversarial, right? When the caller called,
man say me be adversarial when you tell me say me argue at kindergarten level. All me did do is point out say runs per innings is an average score to you.
Can't construct an argument.
No man, you struggle like how you are struggling now.
No, but I'm showing you are getting personal with me and I don't say anything.
All right,
stop getting up in your feelings. I just read. Stop.
You are telling me say with us reason.
Stop getting up in your feelings and we make a reason.
All right.
When the caller called just a while ago, Zidane, I mentioned about the program that London Donovan in the 90s, right? And talk about Title 9 came at the right time. Title 9 came in 1972, and he's talking about 2 decades later. That's something like 25 years later. Why did Orville not be adversarial? And I say, I told you. This man talked about something 25 years after something was installed.
No, because I think the Title 9 thing does have... remember, you said it with a reason.
Go on.
You make a point, and when we start, I try it. I believe that the effect of Title IX is still functional and still helpful right now.
Because when was Donovan born? Let me about Donovan born. When was London Donovan born?
1984, somewhere around there.
Yeah, then he would be a part of it when it came in, wasn't he?
No, London Donovan never needed Title IX Zidane because Title IX was basically to influence team sports with girls. It wasn't necessarily.
Yeah, then that's how it started, and he came. So when it started, it impacted people, and the sport started to grow. So
all right, look what I'm saying.
You would have been indirectly a part of the result of Title IX, and I think that's the point.
One the line, Bramble season. We're coming back after the break. It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
Alrighty then, coming to Sports in a Minute. The championship is set for a blockbuster weekend to reaffirm the position of one of Europe's most exciting leagues. As X-Account Albion Analysis pointed out this week, every team can still be promoted or relegated this season. With a full set of fixtures on April 18 and again on April 21, a bank holiday would be full of drama and intrigue. The BBC looks at the reason why many people love the championship. According to data analyst Ops Predictions model, the estimated and probability of each match outcome 10,000 times. Only QPR, Sheffield Wednesday, and Swansea have less than 0.1% chance of reaching the playoffs and being relegated. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. D'Angelo Auto Spares and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
Need to spruce up those clothes or take a break from the washing? Then visit New Look Dry Cleaners and Launderers at 120 Red Hills Road, Kingston 19, or Shop 23 Manor Park Plaza for speedy service and the very best prices. Everything will look like new. Be part of the thousands of satisfied customers. Call 925-9464 or 931-1305. Get the best look at New Look.
Hello?
Nadine?
Yeah?
Me just pick up one Maxfield Easterbun up by supermarket phone.
One Maxfield, but nah go do.
Nadine, that is all I could afford.
Uncle Pat, Daddy, and Jeffrey only eat bun back. And bun only come with front back and back. So where next back I go come from?
If you want more Maxfield Easterbun, go up at the supermarket or check maxfieldbakery.com.
Yeah, I forgot send credit but put on service then.
Come on from my phone. Maxfield Easterbun, tweet to the max.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and number one daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
All right, so in very quick succession, Arsenal led and really much that scored an equalizer. Arsenal playing around with the ball and giving possession away for an empty net finish from Fishing just through. So it's 1-0, 68 minutes gone.
Arsenal looks safe.
Playing with them food, but it's over.
It is. We're going back online. Hello.
So I'm talking about to Jamal Boss because in there saying their feelings are
2 minutes, CC.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we know you have a ball out 2 minutes, man. But anyway.
I'm afraid I like post CC.
And it's top of the head, boss.
Listen, I said to you, you see when the people them call because you say certain things, they miss the point exactly. But Zidane, in 1991, the oldest player on the USA winning team that won the World Cup was born in 1964, right? Mm-hmm. The goalkeeper, she was the captain. She was born in 1964. She was the oldest player on the team. That person born in 1964 and Title IX coming in 1972. How old would that player be when it was introduced?
Yeah, but as I said before, I think the dynamics with women's sport is different. I think administrations will have to do a little bit more because women naturally don't really want to go and play sport. So you have to get to their face more. You have to encourage them to come out and train and all of that and get rid. So I think it's different. I think on the men's side, I agree that generally it's the
and I'm going to tell you also, USA played in 3 World Cups before Title IX existed. But anyway, that's
no. But what I'm saying, I think generally the argument was about surrounding men's sport, and I agree that it's generally the national passion that.
No, I was pointing out to when the caller was calling about the London Donovan and all of these guys and all so other stuff. I am saying that the men's sport, in terms of what affected men's sport, wasn't predominantly what impacted women's sport as much. But anyway, moving on. Orville did
you got one next subject again, big man.
A 2 minute, we have now 2 minute gone.
All right, you have a next minute.
I the same still subject matter happened. When you were talking about the Morocco this, Morocco that, did you know the Moroccan king and the administration, what happened with Morocco's transition and where Morocco is in football right now was a direct result of the administration. They moved from 6.5 million into football to 65 million. The federation president got 500,000 US in COVID. And you know what he did with it? When they got it to offset some costs, he put it in the development of women's football. All of these things that they did, they build stadiums, they pay for the D1 and D2 leagues. They also give 120,000 euros.
Stop preaching. We got.
So I'm telling you what the administration did, culminating in Morocco, men going to the semi-final of the men's World Cup and the women qualifying for the first Women's World Cup that they qualified for. And by the way, more to tell say this to you. I want you to tell the persons the source from which you got the argument about Morocco and some other false misleading information that you read. Give them the source.
All right.
So anyway,
no man. Later. Let me just remember your time up, But you're the palm witness stand now. Where is Morocco ranked in women's football season?
Sounds like he's gone.
Morocco is ranked 60th in the world.
Yeah.
CC say him believe a poll that says Morocco is the most passionate female playing football country in the world, but they are ranked 60th. Can you wrap your head around that kind of thing?
Anything is possible.
Hear this, man.
What I'm telling you, real talk.
Kick back, lad. You can't be the most passionate country on earth in a sport where you're ranked.
Maybe they're building. No, maybe they came from nothing and are building.
Big man,
it's possible.
You won't rank 60th, and you would have to win sometime.
But where did they start? They
have never won it, and you are 60th now. And and up to 2022, you had a neglected national program. You are not the most passionate partner. Good sir. You never win yet. You're ranked 60th. Come on, man. Hello.
I can say something after we have some.
Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yeah, you're on.
Yeah, man. I'm here upon it.
Yeah, man. You're like, Shippingport.
The great SP.
Yeah, we are going with this. We are going fire.
Yeah, man.
Orville again.
Yeah.
I feel so you have a young youth in a prime, a teenager, very passionate about girl boy, just now works for him.
Yeah, the man. When I talk about one man, I want girl. When me I talk about the nation, the international.
All right.
What are going to come with next now, man?
All right.
So you have a man who can cook, but he not get no work up a standard.
In a natural man, sometimes some people favor who they want to cook for them, so you may be the best and know why you.
Why? No, clutch at some strap. But no with the arguments.
But my boy.
Yeah.
Something what down on my boat. 2 days ago, somebody sent a text
and class a regular caller as Captain Clown. But when I say you want to get them called, you can't just keep over that and read the next message instead of doing something like that for people out there. If the texter is valuable, you know, the caller is more valuable than the texter. I think you can overlook.
No, here's what. If the caller is offended by it, then yeah, we could look into not read them.
But it wasn't that text, though, you know. It wasn't that text. It was the incorrect one.
Oh, incorrect one. Correction.
It came in the form of a text after.
No, there was another one.
Correction did say
Captain
Clown, and then there was a texter who called him, latched on to it.
Confused call. Oh, yes. You're right.
The truth is,
my bad.
talk the correction about that because I don't know that CC liked it, and if CC don't like it, then I want it out. As Bramble as CC.
Apologies, I was wrong about that one.
Anyway, Orville.
Yeah.
Me and Mr. C said something about a couple months back, and a couple days ago he came in it. I called the program late. But if it was the same argument he was coming with about Atomica being retired, I mean, I said something like, why retire Atomica run second in a big race?
Yeah.
But I think I understand the point where my drive across. That's what is coming from him.
Which was what?
What
was this one?
You were telling him that he would send the ass to breeding. I said, no, you wouldn't retire the ass. But you see in the ass racing, especially in Jamaica, the owner's purse is not so lucrative for winning a race in Jamaica. What most of the money is on is breeding. Philip Chiano tell us say if not concentrate a lot on training horses. It is mostly about breeding. He's going into breeding.
Money is not on winning.
Yeah, man, what a great money. You know that lucrative Orville, so breeding the thing there.
So why not send Legal Light and Thunderbird go to breeding then? If money ain't a win.
Oh, that's in a dead long time, man.
Eros and whoever the top horses are. Why you not send them back?
Not there no more, man.
Who are the top horses in Jamaica?
No all right, she's a Manita.
Why you not send she's a Manita in a breeding?
She's a man gonna breeding. You know what?
No, man, me are talking at the height of them thing while them still competitive.
When she's a Manita was 4-year-old, after a 4-year-old career, Winston Kangapona wanted to breed her.
And take her out of racing.
Came out and said, yeah, man, he was begging for her to come back with the Costa when the owner said he wanted to breed her. Look on the mother, of she's a Manita.
So why would you want to breed high quality horses?
Because you're gonna get some high quality offspring.
Why do you
want to breed like a reason?
Yeah, shipping port. Why do you need high quality offspring in horses?
But I don't want offspring, more than one offspring you're going to get.
Why do you need high quality offsprings with an S? Why?
Because you can make more money. More money is
we think the money not the palm winning race.
You
see how we just drive.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk, man.
You realize how shipping port is dead.
Orville.
Shipping port, you win the
argument. If me want to ask, no, man, if me share something with you. If me want to ask, I'm going to breed the ass and me come to the yearling sale, me can make a big money for that ass, you know. And if me can show, and if every year me come and show money of
shipping port. Part and parcel of why you want high quality horses is because you want high quality results on the track.
Anyway, I'm not saying that. I'm not touch on next Africa move.
Yeah.
Lenny Hyde. The Lenny Hyde issue. I'm here to say something that why people have beat Lenny Hyde and Lenny means, and a lot of people say Craig Butler is the man coaching the team.
A lot of people have beat Lenny Hyde.
Including myself.
You know,
I think Lenny Hyde should be getting the
beating Lenny Hyde in what beating Lenny Hyde in what regard? That he should not have taken the job.
No.
Yeah, for the relegation.
For relegating the team.
No.
I
don't hear no logical objective person.
Listen to me. Well, on, man. If Veer didn't win the title this year, Lenny Hyde will go down as winning another title. So why is he not getting the equal?
No, man. Craig would get them credit, them boss, and he would take the credit as well.
Oh, so
if Veer went on to boss, we all know what is going on, shipping port, man. Do better than this, man. You know better, shipping port, man. Don't stop them look something on a brother, man.
I don't. No, man.
Who don't know Lenny Hyde now coach your team, boss? You think Lenny Hyde play Kyle Butler, my boss? We can't play football.
But hold on, man. But if you're
stop it, man.
Right.
And all those Mona players, my boss. Come on,
Lenny had with Clarendon College. Winning trophy. I would jump up and say, yeah, Lenny.
Because Lenny is in control of them team that chipping port, man. Lenny no call the shot up a CC, man. So when CC win or lose, not Lenny, man. No one difference something up here, man.
Come right down to my point now, Orville. Last year when he got an average side, he's supposed to the league. So if he's such a good coach, when can you the average team and win the league?
You're talking about the turmoil at the other club?
No, I'm not talking. I go down to Clarendon College. No, last year with an average team, Lenny did not win the league. But when he has the best players,
no, man. You do a big coach. No man, big coach don't win anything with average teams. Rare. No,
but if we are going big,
you have a team that can compete.
When him have an average thing, we must give him equal being for losing.
No, but it's not his team. You could argue that, but that's not in this case.
What's it done? But when he has the best players,
so you expect Lenny Hyde to win to beat up Clarendon College Lenny this season with that Clarendon College team?
But every year have the best team and I win with the best team. So I would say it's the best.
So what part does he play in making them the best?
You don't. That's the next thing again. Me, a lot of people out there saying Lenny. I give Lenny the rating. Sorry, Lenny, what a lot of people out there say. I know Lenny have the team during the summer. And Lenny have the man behind the Clarendon College. I give the rating.
If you have them information,
but they never used to play football like this before Lenny Hyde went there, my boss. Clarendon College never pass and move the ball around and place.
That's why me I say Zidane them say him the man behind it.
No, but the system.
Me no believe personal. Lenny me give the rating for that. But me I say like Lenny can win with it.
But is Lenny a Premier League winner as well as a coach? He was the top flight in the country.
3 times.
Come on, let's stop before this man really.
I mean, give him a rating to win with.
Hey, look how
when Christopher Bender relegate Portmore, Lenny came the next come here.
You rate Jeremy as a coach? You rate Jeremy as a coach?
Yeah, man, a good coach.
And when Charlie used to go, he used to compete, you know. When Charlie start lose them players, the man can't compete with the traditional school. Charlie Smith start trouble.
That's why I said, you want beat Lenny to relegate the team this year.
No, man.
No, sir. Everybody
no, Craig Butler would not get the credit with Kyle Butler.
We want to tell Lenny win for national.
No, it's no.
That's what team credit.
No, in terms of analysis, no. Craig would not get the credit. I play Kyle Butler and the Mona play. A film system I play. Craig, we can't tell as a fact. Craig play the team and everything.
Big up, Baba.
They know better than these stars. Craig do everything up. The reason why Lenny is there is because Craig do have the certificate to coach in the country. So you have to have a coach with the certificate on the bench. That's as simple as that, my boss. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come in.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission JADCO needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232 or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jn. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Radio Omega.
You're listening to Jamaica's first and #1 daytime sports calling show, The Sports Desk.
Hey, I'm on my phone. I tell him says that Lenny Hyde should be given the credit for the Premier League win. It's Max Straw, the man. And somebody want next name down a Clarendon. All I want Max Straw to do is to just go next Premier League club without Lenny and win. And you win the argument, my friend.
Yeah.
Or whoever on the think of the team down at Clarendon College and it's not Lenny. Tell the man if it go down at Denby and win and play the same kind of football, I want to win the argument.
Well, I don't know how that's the case when Lenny Hyde get the big salary. These places that Lenny Hyde has gone to with Max Straw and the others. Is Lenny get the head coach money?
So just tell these coaches who want to think that them are doing it and not Lenny. Just to find some places and get the results. And if they do, then we can't.
But the way me hear people talk about Lenny Hyde football, brain when he used to play, how smart and intelligent he was. Why wouldn't he be able to? Because the people with the great footballing minds usually the better as coaches, you know. They see things that people usually don't see. They have a way of playing and getting. So why would Lenny Hyde not be able to coach football if he was such a great footballing mind when he was on the park as a player? We don't get it.
We go back online. Hello.
Yeah, man. Hello.
Oh, Badger. Badger.
Yeah, man. Lenny Hyde team play like how Lenny Hyde used to play football.
That me hearing about because I never see him when he play. But me hear say as Lenny Hyde technically and in vision him when play, it reflects on his team.
And him give the team where we was confidence. You understand? So they can do it, man. You understand? Man? Take on that. You understand what I say? Yeah. So then like you have to fret, man. And fret too much, man. Then say 2-1.
Hey, but Badger, you know, looking at this Arsenal team in the Champions League, they can't argue that anybody's have a better chance than Arsenal because Arsenal is now can knock out Real Madrid. They were the top 3 team in the first stage, so Paris Saint-Germain was not that. Paris Saint-Germain came well below. So when you look at both first round, knockout round, outside of Barcelona, Arsenal is the next best team.
Yeah. Well. I mean, they said them are the worst team in the last 4, but that was not talking. But, yeah. But I mean, don't benefit. Don't fret too much, man. Arsenal. See, I want all. You understand? And it's a mix. I want to say it's a mistake goal. Magic score. Yeah, man. Yeah. So they're gonna go too, man. Do I hear the argument against Guyana, right? I said that they should lose points. While I think that there's something should be done if you cheat, I don't want to jump and say lose points. You understand?
Well, as Jesus said, it will come down to the level of the indiscretion. How bad it was.
Yeah.
And the context of it.
Yeah, but and we see in other cricket games where people do things and them not lose. You know
what is funny about that case, Badger and the rest of us. The guy and the captain come out and said the umpire never have no real evidence for ball tampering.
See that?
But guess what is funny? The players didn't contest it. So something not straight. Because the captain, one name, Kevin Imlach said, the umpire didn't have any evidence to suggest that we were tampering with no ball. But then Veersamy Permal didn't contest it. And the other bridging, them never contested. So
it reminds us of something going on in the NFL too. With the when I call it the ball in soft.
Deflate gate.
Deflate, yeah. G, stop it yourself, G. Sorry about that, G. You understand? Them just find Tom Brady and they never taken the Super Bowl from them. You understand?
No, he got suspended for 4 games though, you know, the following
season. Yeah, man. Some say if anything you can suspend the persons who are involved in it, but the points I remember I say something should be done, you know.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, but I don't think they're taking away the points. Just one go to points. Because do I have to say that points should be taken away, you know? You understand? That is one of them, you know.
Yeah.
But you must say points should be taken away. Points should be taken away.
Yeah, but Baggio, do you think that they, I guess let's call it crime, helped them to win? The violation. Do you believe the violation? The violation. Let's call it violation.
Did the crime help something to win with the deflate ball?
I think they found out at halftime. Them find out.
They find out. At
halftime.
Did it help them to win?
No, I don't think so.
So
or you know what? No, let me not say that. Slightly.
Wasn't they done with it?
Slightly.
Wasn't they done with it?
No, man, they were leading. They were leading.
Okay.
But they killed the other team in the second half.
Let me tell you one of the unfortunate things.
No, man, the point where I was getting is that they never lose no point, but them find persons. You understand? Even though you can say it helped them to win.
True.
Let me tell you one of the unfortunate things were happening. There was a game and people were referring to it last night. When Ghana were behind on first innings by about 100 odd runs. And at the second innings, Ghana come back and just liquid the side. You know what start happening now? People are wonder, hola. Did everything above board?
Above board and all that.
So at that people and Ghana win 8 out of 10, you know how long they might do this and all them. So that no, it show an asterisk over Ghana's performance.
No, I have no problem with that. What I'm saying is the deduction of points that do I say should be done in think but that's the point. You understand the point, and I'm saying to you that we have seen in the past where things have happened and no points to take away. You understand me? I say them does fine.
Him though. He was referring to a case where Barbados tampered with the ball in almost 1979 and must lose 4 or 5 points. Them say if Barbados can lose 4 or 5 points.
And we have seen games where things happen and no points to lose.
No, but those are test matches where
it's not a points thing.
It's not a points thing. You win the test. They might deduct runs or them something there, but
I deduct. Well, yeah. So this is like a points thing there.
Right,
so
right.
Yeah. Well, all right. But you're really serious about say Butler 85% the game for Leon Bailey playing football.
They wanted me to give him more.
No, man, just forgive him less, brother. 85, brother. Zidane, 85. That means you have 15% Bailey coming, you know.
No, man. Remember, we're talking about the level that you get to, you know.
Yeah, and you are saying to me that Craig Butler take a 15% baller and turn him into that.
It's not the percentage of the baller. It's where the baller is from. Jamaica usually don't get people to play Bundesliga.
Yeah, right.
Champions League.
And you are
finish the budget, man. Jamaica usually don't. I don't believe that Leon Bailey was born to play football, and I don't believe Leon Bailey is that at 5 years old is far better than anybody else who play football for Jamaica.
Fine.
So because of the country where it's from, the man who developed Leon Bailey has to get more credit than the non-Badger. We don't produce this sort of thing. We don't have people who play for Aston Villa and play Anax against Manchester City and Arsenal. We don't play in a German Bundesliga and destroy Bayern Munich. We don't
I hear you, but what I'm saying to you is that you are telling me, listen to what you're saying, Zidane. You are telling me that you're giving Craig Butler 85. You know what is 85%?
No, what I'm saying to is that if Leon Bailey was with Badger, he would have ended up at JC, play some Money Cup, and then play for Umberlion.
Fine. So listen to this now. So listen to this now, because I am no coach whatsoever. But listen to this now. I am saying to you that.
All right. Give me any coach.
The jerk.
We are the other Leon Baileys of this world. Yes.
So the jerk man said that he had Leon Bailey before, whether two or four or whatever.
No,
right?
he had him before for true. But
right.
Craig Butler came on very quickly.
Right. What Craig Butler saw in Leon Bailey at that time.
Badger, you're missing the context of it, Badger.
Badger, here we go, you know. Call early tomorrow.
Yeah, man. We want to discuss that one with you, Badger. We want to make you understand that why.
I hear the 85% argument, Badger. It could be a good debate. Call tomorrow early, though.
Yeah, man. Cool.
1 o'clock the first pound sale tomorrow.
All right.
The producer I beg with for squeeze one. Who is this? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Ace here.
Who?
Ace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you called before?
I hoping to get some more time with G Star on the chat about basketball.
I'm there listening.
I was also into the Arsenal game, so to see how that go. But G Star. As regards to, I didn't get to want to have more minutes, but for me, it's Boston all the way. And
really?
Yeah, I like how the NBA has been going over the years, where every year we have a new champion. But this time is the first time I see where we have a champion team that basically have kept most of the core people and also have the right blend of experience as it regards to. They have been to many Eastern finals before.
Yes.
And they basically keep the core group have developed on it. They basically look fit this year, and I believe the coach as well has a big part to play with them being able to win it all again. So they will be the first in a long time to actually defend a title.
All right. So what do you think about the competition in the East? So the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They're not as complete as Boston. And one thing I always like with Boston is that almost from 1 to 5 can score, and from 1 to 5 can defend.
So are you familiar with the Jaylen Brown? You hear that Jaylen Brown has a little injury going on with him?
Yeah, I kind of see that, but because of how them is, as it regards to leading up to the final, I think he will bounce back eventually. But I think Boston is more locked in than the West, where the West had a whole lot of experience that makes the West extremely difficult to call.
I have Boston to win the chip still, you know. I do, you know.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
But I think it's a Boston OKC finals. But I think Cleveland will have something to say. I mean, I think they'll get past Cleveland, but it should be tough. It should be tough.
Yeah, Cleveland not bad. And what would happen with Cleveland is that Donovan Mitchell have something to really prove this time around as well.
But I just don't think Cleveland is ready yet. I think they need a little more seasoning.
Exactly.
But it's OKC. I can say the same thing about OKC still. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh yeah, for OKC, I had originally it's upon how the Western kind of.
You're breaking up a little bit.
I think you're making some interesting point.
Oh, yeah. What I'm saying.
Better.
No man, the line gone.
Yeah, man. You have a call back and make those same points, man, tomorrow.
All right. Here's a big up. What he is? He said his name was Is. A man texts through with a very interesting question. A man says, if Craig deserved 85% credit for developing Leon, why didn't he develop his own son? That could be discussed.
All right.
No, man.
I know they're going to miss the point, but let me explain. It's not.
I want a piece of that question.
Yeah, it's not about the talent of Bailey, you know. It's where is Bailey? Because if Craig Butler was in, let's say, Belgium, he's not going to get that amount of percentage because a lot of things are in place to develop people in Belgium. It's so hard in Jamaica. So you get a talent because I think there are other talents like Leon Bailey that was around, even Alex Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's Jamaica and how we go about developing football, it's difficult to get people to be very, very good and get to that sustained level. So I think that's why I give it, because he did something different.
But hold on, who was the other 15%? To Bailey himself? Who gets the other 15%?
Here's what somebody has said. That Craig exposed them. He didn't necessarily develop. We don't know.
Craig Ball is a genius.
But we leave it.
Genius.
This could be talked about.
All right, buddy.
It's exposure and development, you see.
Well, that's part of it, because you get them to a level, you try to expose them to the right side of quality opponent that you have to face. So, I think that's what he did differently.
Hold on there. And Jay-Z said, if you're so good, make another Jay-Z. And he was talking about Dame Dash. He didn't just make Leon Bailey.
Yes, Whisper.
He made Whisper.
All right. All right, big up. All right, that is it. Thanks for G-Star for dropping in. Big up to all the listeners. Big up to all the callers. You're coming back tomorrow, G-Star?
If you want me.
Come back tomorrow, man, because I'm sure because maybe Arsenal was playing, we don't get as much NBA people. You know, I think we'll get more tomorrow.
All right.
So you can drop by tomorrow.
All right.
Respect. All right, so join us tomorrow, people. We could have more G-Star. We might have preach as well. Who knows? So don't miss the program tomorrow. Big up to Asta. No, Asta was here today. It's Nicholas and Miss Marian. Join us tomorrow. Same place, same time. All of you. Until then, Sola.
That's the Sports Desk for today. Remember to tune in and participate on the Sports Desk Mondays through to Fridays 1 to 4 p.m.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSC Online Trading.
Paul, I need help with my vehicle cost this year. It's going through the roof. You think I should call Keith?
You're mad. Don't you want a system that easy for you?
Yeah, man.
You want the best price boat here too?
Yeah, man. I bet you want real-time alert and island-wide coverage. Yeah, man. So the smart choice is Hawkeye.
They will give you a free 30-day trial.
Yeah, man.
Hey, tell me something. You ever say anything but yeah, man?
Yeah, man.
Just say yeah, man to Hawk Tracker from Hawkeye. Call us at 926 Hawk. Conditions apply.
Wright's Bakery. We've given you the best Easter buns year after year. Wright's Bakery. We've improved on taste and quality. Wright's Bakery. We're known for excellent products and affordable prices. Make the right choice this Easter season. Wright's Bakery, located at 54 Port Henderson Road. Call us at 876-281-8236. Wright's Bakery. Eat right at Wright's.
Set the trend, set the trend. The Trend-Setting Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins,
and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews,
as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m. on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
It's your favorite gospel DJ. My name is Jermaine Morgan, popular known as the Brother Frisco. Joins me weekdays and weekend on your radio. On Mondays, it's a 4 p.m. through to 9. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, a 4 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. through to 9. And on Saturdays and Sundays, it's a 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. on Omega Radio, locally and internationally. Where your afternoon will get better going into the evening, and your weekend will never be the same. Stay locked with Brother Frisco on your radio.
Do you want the keys to discovering your God-given purpose? Would you like a strategy to fulfill your unique destiny on earth? How about a map to help you navigate the twists and turns on your journey of life? Do you, don't you, will you, won't you? If I coax you, would you want to? Don't you want to? Aren't you going to? Oh, come on, you said you would. Hey, this is Everton Thomas, your friend, your bishop from the Emmanuel Apostolic Church International with headquarters at 12 Site Road in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inviting you to join me this and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights. Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocho Rios, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
Omega Radio, in association with the Church of St. Margaret, presents New Every Morning, 10 minutes of inspiration to help you through the day, Mondays to Saturdays at 5:50 a.m. The program comes to you courtesy of KFC. It's finger licking good. The Church of St. Margaret. Visit us on Sundays at 6:30 a.m., Saturdays at 8:15, and Wednesdays at 6:30 a.m. And Quality Equipment Distributors. For all your musical equipment and supplies, contact Quality Equipment and Distributors, located at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston 10.
Blessings. Have you been blessed by the Real Talk Show with Bishop Manning? Well, you can listen to the Real Talk Show Mondays to Fridays, 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. on the Omega Radio app. Just go to your app store and look for Omega Radio, or listen live on the Omega Church Broadcasting Network website. That's www.omegachurchradio.com. You can also watch on Facebook at Omega Church. On YouTube, you can watch the live church service at Omega Church or Omega Radio. You can also call us at 876-319-1148 or 876-613-9129. The toll-free number is 877-494-0253. That was a paid advertisement by Omega Radio.
Hello, I'm Govinda Gill with the BBC News. A US judge has ruled there is probable cause to find the Trump administration in contempt of court after it violated an order against deporting Venezuelan migrants under an obscure wartime law. Judge James Boasberg said the government had shown willful disregard of his verbal order to turn the deportation flights around. Nomia Iqbal has the details.
The judge's point is you can't ship a load of people out of the country and not explain why you're doing it. And so he has basically said, I want to get to the bottom of this. You've got a week to give me more details, or I'll start holding hearings in which I'll identify which official did what they should have done before then deciding who is to blame. And so this really does mark a huge escalation in the showdown between Donald Trump's administration and the federal judiciary.
The US Democratic Senator Chris Van Hollen has failed in his bid to visit a legal American resident deported to El Salvador by the Trump administration. Mr. Van Hollen said the Salvadorian vice president denied his request to see Quilma Abrego Garcia and to help him get released. The head of the World Trade Organization, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, has said she's very concerned by forecasts that global trade will fall this year in the wake of President Trump's tariffs. The WTO says its latest estimate for 2025 is nearly 3 percentage points lower than it would have been without recent policy shifts. Imogen Folks is in Geneva.
One of the things the WTO points out is that although the US is, of course, the world's biggest economy, it doesn't account for the majority of global trade. And over 70% of global trade is still regulated under WTO rules of most favored nation. So what the organization wants is countries to talk to each other, diversify, and don't rely just on one or two economic superpowers, because as we're seeing now, they can be quite dangerously unpredictable.
Satellite imagery of what was Sudan's largest refugee camp reveals that Zamzam has been mostly destroyed by the paramilitary RSF. Makeshift houses have been torched following its capture on Sunday. Sudanese women's rights activists say RSF fighters committed mass rape. Camilla Mills reports.
8 women have told the Strategic Initiative for Women in the Horn of Africa that they were raped during the final assault on Zamzam, while witnesses have reported the abduction of at least 25 women and girls by RSF fighters. The camp itself is being systematically destroyed. Footage on social media shows civilians being killed by fighters who torched shelters. Hundreds of civilians, including the entire medical team of the camp's only functioning clinic, were killed in the attack, which started on Thursday.
World News from the BBC. The director of the UN's nuclear watchdog has said Iran is not far from developing a nuclear bomb. Rafael Grossi likened the development of nuclear weapons to a jigsaw, saying Iran has the pieces and could eventually put it together. The US has demanded that Tehran stops all enrichment of uranium for its nuclear program, but Iran says its right to do so is non-negotiable. Qatar is to renew a $60 million grant to fund the salaries of Lebanon's army and provide dozens of military vehicles. The announcement comes during the first official visit to Doha by Lebanon's President Joseph Aoun. The Qatari government said the grant is to help Lebanese forces maintain stability and control the country's borders following Hezbollah's ceasefire with Israel in November. Police in Spain have uncovered an illegal underground firing range, which they believe was used by a weapons trafficking ring to test guns being supplied to drug gangs. 3 people were arrested and weapons, including assault rifles, a submachine gun and shotgun, were seized. Alfie Tobert reports.
Officers found the firing range during a search of a house in the southern Spanish province of Granada. It was located 3 stories underground, and it's believed to have been built by hand to avoid raising suspicion. Police say it was used to test weapons sold through secure messaging apps to drug gangs, with some potential buyers even invited to the site to try the guns out for themselves. Spain is one of the main entry points for drugs into Europe because of its ties to Latin America and proximity to Morocco.
Scientists have filmed a colossal squid in its natural habitat for the first time since the elusive species was discovered 100 years ago. A camera on a submersible captured the 30-centimetre-long juvenile at a depth of 600 metres near the South Sandwich Islands in the South Atlantic. That's the latest BBC News.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolios. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
This is Heather White Davis McDonald, and I'm inviting you to join me Tuesdays at 11:30 a.m. to 12 midday for Let's Reason. We will be reasoning on real life issues with real people. So join me and be blessed.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
Omega Radio, in association with the Church of St. Margaret, presents New Every Morning, 10 minutes of inspiration to help you through the day, Mondays through Saturdays at 5:50 a.m. The program comes to you courtesy of KFC. It's finger licking good. The Church of St. Margaret. Visit us on Sundays at 6:30 a.m., Saturdays at 8:15, and Wednesdays at 6:30 a.m. And Quality Equipment Distributors. For all your musical equipment and supplies, contact Quality Equipment and Distributors, located at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston 10.
Set the trend, set the trend.
The Trend-Setting Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m., is Jamaica's #1 call-in sports program. Join me, Orville Higgins, and me, Christopher Zidane Matthews, as we continue to take call-in sports discussions to the highest levels on radio. The Sports Desk, Mondays to Fridays, 1 to 4 p.m. on Jamaica's #1 sports radio station. The hour between 3 and 4 p.m. is sponsored by Western Sports, the sports people, with locations in Kingston, Ocho Rios, and Montego Bay.
It's your favorite gospel DJ. My name is Jermaine Morgan, popular known as the Brother Frisco. Joins me weekdays and weekend on your radio. On Mondays, it's 4 p.m. through to 9. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 4 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. through to 9. And on Saturdays and Sundays, it's 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. on Omega Radio, locally and internationally, where your afternoon will get better going into the evening, and your weekend will never be the same. Stay locked with Brother Frisco on your radio.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
I love you, Lord, for your mercy never fails me. All my days I've been held in your hand. From the moment that I wake up until I lay my head, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. All my life you have been faithful. And all my life you have been so good. Yes, every breath that I am able, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You know I love your voice, for you have led me through the fire in darkest night. You are close like no other. You know I've known you as a father. You know I've known you as a friend. And I have believed in the goodness of God. Oh, yeah. All my life you have been faithful. All my life you have been so good and so good. Every breath that I am able, universe is running after, it's running after me. Oh, all my life you have been faithful. All my life you've been faithful to me. All my life you have been so good to me, Lord. Every breath that I am, oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God. You know I sing for you, Jesus. You know I sing for you, Lord.
You're listening to Omega Radio. Run. You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
It's now time for Sports in a Minute, sponsored by Edgechem, Western Sports, Megamart, Spectrum Insurance Brokers, Dangel Auto Spears and Accessories Limited, and Fosrich.
British number 3 Cameron Norrie has suffered a first-round exit at the Barcelona Open as he prepares for the start of the French Open this month. Now we know ranked 88 in the world rankings, and who came through the qualifying in Barcelona was beaten 6-7, 3-7, 6-4, 6-3 by 27th ranked Karina Kocheva of Russia. And that's your Sports in a Minute.
Sports in a Minute was sponsored by Edgechem, changing lives 1 gallon at a time. Western Sports, the sports people. Megamart, best value by far. Spectrum Insurance Brokers, setting the industry standard. Dangel Auto Spears and Accessories Limited at 20 Balmoral Avenue, Kingston 10, and shop number 10, 1A Chapelton Road. Call 876-929-9146. And Fosrich.
Listen up, Jamaica. At Fosrich, everybody's getting a solar water heater. $20,000 deposit. 6 months to pay. What a deal. Fosrich Financing.
For financial news and the latest developments in the business community and economy, Financially Speaking is the top choice. Join me, your host Errol Gregory, Mondays and Wednesdays at 12:30 p.m. as we look at current economic issues, provide small business tips, and help you to build your business and portfolio. That's Financially Speaking, sponsored by Jamaica Stock Exchange, JSE Online Trading.
Do you want the keys to discovering your God-given purpose? Would you like a strategy to fulfill your unique destiny on earth? How about a map to help you navigate the twists and turns on your journey of life? Do you, don't you, will you, won't you? If I coax you, would you want to? Don't you want to? Aren't you going to? Oh, come on, you said you would. Hey, this is Everton Thomas, your friend, your bishop, from the Emmanuel Apostolic Church International with headquarters at 12 Slide Road in Kingston, Jamaica. And I'm inviting you to join me this and every Friday at 11 a.m. right here on this station for Insights, inspiring conversations for everyday life. That's Insights, Fridays at 11 a.m. God bless you now. Stay awesome.
Greetings to you listeners. This is Reverend Ryan A. Gordon, Senior Pastor of the Broken Vessels Healing and Deliverance Ministries, located at 120 Main Street, Pineapple, Ocheria, St. Anne, Jamaica, West Indies. Join me every Sunday morning at 8:30 a.m. inside the Kingdom Lifestyle Radio Show with Brother Frisco. Join me for a word in time. You cannot afford to miss this powerful word every Sunday morning on this station.
It's all right.
Omega Radio, in association with the Church of St. Margaret, presents New Every Morning, 10 minutes of inspiration to help you through the day, Mondays through Saturdays at 5:50 a.m. The program comes to you courtesy of KFC. It's finger licking good, the Church of St. Margaret. Visit us on Sundays at 6:30 a.m., Saturdays at 8:15, and Wednesdays at 6:30 a.m. And Quality Equipment Distributors. For all your musical equipment and supplies, contact Quality Equipment and Distributors, located at 4 Courtney Walsh Drive, Kingston 10.
Nadine?
Yeah?
Me just pick up one Maxfield Easterbourne up by supermarket phone.
One Maxfield, but nah, go do.
Nadine, that is all I could afford.
Uncle Pat, Daddy, and Jeffrey only eat bun back. And bun only come with front back and back. So where next back I go come from?
If you want more Maxfield Easterbourne, go up at the supermarket or check maxfieldbakery.com.
Yeah, for the send credit for put on service then.
Come on from the phone. Sure. Maxfield Easterbourne, do it to the max.
The following is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
Since the month of January 2025, the Spanish Town Depot has started 5 new routes in Clarendon.
The new JUTC route is a game changer. It's affordable, comfortable,
and so convenient. I can get to and from work, no hassle.
The government will look out for it.
We're grateful here at Chapelton for the UTC to extend their service to us, where our students can come to school and go home safely in nice, clean, comfortable environments.
I am grateful for the JUTC bus because it is safe and it is even safe for the students to travel.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
Something we want, love is something that we need. Oh yes, it's something we want, we need. It gets so tough, I know it gets so hard. Loving people who against you have hated them wrong. Keep it up, I know you'll get your reward. Just one thing I know, love is God. Love is something that we need. Oh yes, it's something we want indeed. Love is something that we all need. Oh yes, it's something we want indeed. So spread love, spread some good love, spread love, spread some God love, spread love, spread some good love. Yeah.
You're listening to Omega Radio. Omega Radio.
It's our business to know how much is being spent in what areas, from education to healthcare.
From roads to security, because our taxes help pay for it.
So, the national budget is our business.
The national budget is my business.
It is my business.
The national budget is my business and yours.
The national budget is everybody's business because it impacts every Jamaican. Visit the Ministry of Finance's website at mof.gov.jm for more information.
We are inviting you to Omega Church for our Sunday service. Doors open at 11 a.m. Wednesdays for Alpha Study, 7:30 p.m. Saturdays for fasting and prayer service, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at 11030 Wiles Road, Coral Springs, Florida, 33076. When you come to Omega Church, your life will be transformed and will be better. Give us 7 services of your life. By the 8th service, you will begin to experience a new beginning because we represent the Alpha and Omega. Bishop Manning and Pastor Elizabeth Manning welcomes you and your family to meet our church family.
From the madness around me, like a child who's afraid of the dark. But when I call on Jesus, all things are possible. I can mount on wings like eagles and soar. When I call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. Because I moved heaven and earth to come rescue me when I call. La, la, la. Not alone. If you're tired and scared of the madness around you, if you can't find the strength to carry on, when you call on Jesus, all things are possible. You can mount on wings like eagles and soar. When you call on Jesus, mountains are gonna fall. 'Cause he'll move heaven and earth to come rescue you. Call him in I was just a child when I felt the Savior leading. I was drawn to what I could not understand. And for the cause of Christ, I have spent my days believing that what He'd have me be is who I am. As
You're listening to Radio Omega FM. Broadcasting live. Welcome. Radio Omega. Radio
Inspiring, it feeds my soul, and it keeps me through the day.
You're listening to Radio Omega FM. Broadcasting live. Welcome. Radio Omega FM. Radio Omega.
Sing the wondrous love of Jesus. Sing His mercy and His grace. In the mansions bright and blessed, He'll prepare for us a place. So when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and shout the victory. While we walk this pilgrim pathway, clouds will overspread the sky. But when traveling days are over, not the shadow, not the sign. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and shout the victory. Oh, when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and shout the victory. Let us then be true and faithful, trusting, serving every day. Just one glimpse of Him in glory, let the toils of life repay. So when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing, we'll shout the victory. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing, we will shout the victory. Onward to the prize before us, soon His beauty we'll behold. To the pearly gates below them, we shall tread the streets of gold. Then we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and we'll shout the victory. So when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing, we will shout the victory. Oh, when we all get to heaven, what a day of will shout the victory. Say, when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and we will shout the victory. When we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. When we all see Jesus, we will sing and shout the victory. Oh, we will sing and shout the victory. Come on and sing and shout the victory.
Omega Radio Telethon Fundraiser. Love Omega, support Omega, straight from the heart. In Jamaica, call 876-968-8117. 876-968-8117. In the USA, call 877-494-0253. 877-494-0253. Other ways to give: Cash App at $WOIB 1019. That's $WOIB 1019. Or Zelle 954-773-4444. Zelle at 954-773-4444. At National Commercial Bank, request Omega Church Broadcasting Network, SA Limited, number 361400372. That's SA Limited, number 361400372. Jamaica National 20000267789. That's Jamaica National 20000267789. Thank you for your love and support of Omega Radio.
We dress in black and we say goodbye. How our heart aches and oh how we cry. Yet though we grieve, we still have hope. Cause for our hearts of faith we trust and know there is a goodbye, a blessed reunion. Always in time, we will be with them longer than we were without. No doubt, no tears in your eyes, in that beautiful, wonderful hello, goodbye. Next time you see them, we'll never more know the sorrow and pain of letting go. We'll be with them forever, life without end. In that most blessed, sweet moment when there is a blessed reunion, promised in time, and we will be with them forever than we were without. No doubt, no tears in our eyes, in that beautiful, wonderful, we will see them again. I'll be with them again.
You're listening to the greatest gospel station in the world, playing His Majesty's music, Omega Radio.
Enjoy the very best in gospel music 24/7 right here on Omega Radio.
Radio. We gonna teach y'all the G-A-10, y'all. Clap your hands now. Here we go and come on. Here we go and come on. Here we go and come on. There's no way. Everybody say, no way. Yeah. No way I can make it without you. No way I can make it without you. Can't make it without you, Jesus. No way. Yeah. I can make it without you. Everybody say, no way. Come on. No way I can make it without you. Real loud. No way I can make it without you. Come on. One more time. No way. Yeah. I can make it without you. Come on. No way. Hey. I can make it without you. Hey. Everybody say this. No way. I can't even sing the song. No way. I wouldn't know right from wrong. No way. I can't even comb my hair. No way. Can't even look or stare. There's no way. I can't even walk my walk. No way. Not even talk my talk. No way. Everybody say there's no way. No way. Clap your hands now. Come on, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Just come on, clap your hands. Here we go, one more time. No way. Yeah. Make it without you. Hey. Come on, there's no way I can make it without you. Real no way I can make it without you. Come on and clap your hands. There's no way I can make it without you. Here we go, everybody say this. No way. I can't even dance my groove. No way. I can't even think a move. No way. I can't even stomp my feet. No way. I can't even brush my teeth. Come on. I just can't make it without you. No way. I just can't make it without you. No way. I just can't make it without you. No way. I just can't make it without you. No way. Won't you help me say it? No way. Hey, won't you help me say it? No way. Help me say it. No way. Come on, say it. No way. Just can't make it without you. No way. I just can't make it without you. No way. Just can't make it without you. No way. Hey, hey, no way. Make it without you. Everybody say it. No way. Come on. Come on, clap your hands. Yeah. Clap your hands. Everybody now. Clap your hands. A little louder. Come on. And just clap your hands. Listen, everybody from the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South. If you realize you ain't making this far on your own, jump up and shout. Everybody say no way. Everybody say no way. Come on and help me say no way. No way. I can't even tie my shoe. No way. I would be so confused. No way. I can't even clap my hands. No way. Can't even dance my dance. No way. Just can't make it without you. No way. I just can't make it without you. No way. I just can't make it without you. No way. I just can't make it without you. No way. I can't even tell the time. No way. I can't even push rewind. No. Yeah. I can't even drive my car. No way. No way. I can make it without you. No way. I can make it without you. Come on, y'all, sing it. To every valley low, video fire, let the praises flow. Sing hallelujah. Come on and make it. Come on and make it. Gloria. From every nation, to every city, street, all of creation. Worship His majesty. Sing hallelujah. Come on and make it. Glorify the Lord. Glorify the Lord. Everybody glorify the Lord. Come on and make His praise.
Father, from every kindred, every tribe, from every nation, we give your name. All praise today. And we glorify you in all the earth. In all the earth. Everybody make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Glorify you. Sing hallelujah to the Lord. For He is worthy. Glorify Him.
You're listening to Omega Radio, broadcasting live. Omega Radio, Omega Radio, Omega.
If you need a prescription filled, Gold Line Pharmacy at Main Street, Chapelton, Clarendon guarantees fast service at a great price. You will find gifts, household items, cosmetics, and stationery too. When you are looking for fast, friendly service, visit Gold Line Pharmacy, Main Street, Chapelton, 876-785-0128. We are caring beyond prescriptions. Gold Line Pharmacy, the name you can trust. Serving our clients is our first responsibility.
It's your favorite gospel DJ. My name is Jermaine Morgan, popular known as the Brother Frisco. Joins me weekdays and weekend on your radio. On Mondays, it's a 4 p.m. through to 9. Tuesdays and Wednesdays, a 4 p.m. through to 7 p.m. Thursdays and Fridays, 4 p.m. through to 9. And on Saturdays and Sundays, it's 6 a.m. through to 10 a.m. on Omega Radio, locally and internationally, where your afternoon will get better going into the evening, and your weekend will never be the same. Stay locked with Brother Frisco on your radio.
It's now time for Did You Know? And it's brought to you by Total Hardware and Azan Super Center. Did you know that former West Indian batsman Vivian Richards became the first ever batsman to score a century with a strike rate of 150? He achieved the feat in 1986. That was Did You Know? And it was brought to you by Total Hardware and Azan Super Center.
Welcome to the multi-award winning scoreboard. Get ready for top-class sports discussions.
All right, welcome to Scoreboard, people. Don't move today. You're going to listen now. You're probably not going, you're not a fan of this sport, and you're going to say, sure, I'm going to change that. Don't change that. Do not change that. We'll come in with the football later. As a matter of fact, we have football reports from the St. Thomas Major League within the program this afternoon to Wednesday evening, Wednesday night football out there in St. Thomas, the third St. Thomas Major League. And pick up St. Thomas and pick up the FA. They're doing a fantastic job out there in St. Thomas. Big them up. So we're going to have some reports within the program this evening. All right, but to start off with the NBA, full discussion from Chris Brochard and Nick Wright on what happened last night in the playing games, the very important playing game between the Warriors and the Grizzlies, which was a good one, and the Hawks being blown away by the Orlando Magic. So we throw to that first feature and we'll come in to Champions League football a little later on. So don't switch if you are not a basketball fan. Keep listening, you might learn a thing or two. Sports is sports, but we'll throw to that first feature now.
Vibes meter?
Yeah.
High.
Very high.
Yeah.
Very
For those
high.
two. A 3.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan Kuminga's not integral enough a part of the team to ruin the vibes. And I think he looks like he's being a good soldier just from afar watching him on the bench. But I'm going to be honest. I still have them beating the Rockets.
So you're not more confident.
But a little less.
Thank you.
A smidge, a scooch.
Appreciate
less
the integrity.
confident. I got to keep it real. I'm obviously not throwing them overboard, but yeah, a little less. And to use your analogy you made famous with Josh Allen, they are a roller coaster. They really are. I mean,
within the game.
Within the game. I mean, first, you beat the Lakers, you beat the Nuggets, you beat the Grizzlies 3 straight times within the last month, and then you lose a needed win against San Antonio at home. Yep. So they have been a roller coaster. And like you said, within that game last night, you're up 20 in the second half, looking great. Now, I get it. I think we all expect a run from the opponent. When they got to 12, I was thinking, okay, that was kind of their run. 7, okay, stem it off. But they took the lead with 8 minutes left in the game, and that just can't happen. So, one, their low is very low. Their high is very high. So who are we going to get? That's kind of a mystery with the Warriors. The biggest problem, though, or another big problem, Nick, they're too small.
Yes.
They're too small. And, I've been beating this drum for a while. People act like when they were winning those championships, I get it in 22, they were kind of small. Looney was playing more, though. But when they had Durant and before Durant, they always had an Andrew Bogut, a Zaza Pachulia, a Festus Ezeli, somebody you could just throw in there to have some size. They have none of that, and they are a good rebounding team. But the last few games, they've been getting crushed on the guns. Zach Edey, he looked like an all-star last night. Like Zach
at times.
No, but he
Yeah.
was like dominant. Like he was a major factor.
As long as he didn't have to hold on to the ball too
How can
long.
they do
Yeah.
with Edey?
Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, if
You
he
gotta
had
keep
any
the
type
ball
of,
up.
yeah,
Zach,
if he had
keep
any
it up.
type
Keep
of
it above your
stuff,
head, Zach. Yeah.
a package down low on the block, he could be doing damage.
Yeah.
So work on that, Edey, in over the summer. But his size was a problem for them. We talked about the Lakers. Lakers like to play small. If they get to the Lakers, maybe that'll be better for them. That's going to be the challenge against Houston. Houston's the best rebounding team in the league, best offensive rebounding team in the league.
How about his footwork?
No, Şengün's got got a bag. So I got him in 6 over the Rockets. But I'm a tad bit, a hair less.
So I appreciate and expected nothing less from you than honesty there, which is there is no way anyone could have watched that game and felt more confident about the Warriors. You could have felt relieved. You could have felt like, Jesus, we're about to be facing a win-or-go-home game, and then our reward is Oklahoma City, and thankfully we avoided that. But Memphis hasn't beaten a good team since January. Good Western Conference team. They did get one win against Detroit since January, but that's it. Right, who's not a contender, but they have, and you got an amazing Jimmy game with some amazing assists by the officials early in the game on Jimmy's behalf. Ja got hurt during the midst of
they made the run with Ja on the bench.
Right, but it was also part of the run, cutting it from 20 to 12 and then getting it close, which was with Ja out there. I'm still waiting for Reggie's diagnosis. I think he turned his ankle. And maybe so stepped on a foot, maybe not. There's no way to tell. Maybe he was taking Advil. Who knows? Get on the bike. And you still barely escape. So I know we're going to do a full-on preview later, but I'm just ready to say right now, Wilds is going to end up being right about the Rockets winning around. Goodness, because if yes, I think the Rockets are beating them. And here's what I took away from the Edey minutes. The Rockets are going to be able to play Steven Adams if they want to. Yes. And so I would have thought the Warriors would play Edey off the court.
And they went at him and they had some success against him, but you're right. They obviously didn't play him.
They didn't play him off the court. Edey getting in foul trouble hurt the Grizzlies. And so I also think, and I know we're going to talk Jimmy, and Jimmy was great. Even if we are getting full-fledged playoff Jimmy, 38's not going to be a regular occurrence. And so you had a great Jimmy game. it was kind of perfect timing with the Steph conversation from the other day when we were saying he's not that good historically at game tying or game winning shots, but God love him. He's the best I've ever seen at the dagger, just rip your heart out shots. He hit a few of those in that game. You got all of that. I just don't think they have enough reliable players. I trust, obviously, Steph. You obviously trust Jimmy, and you kind of know what you're going to get from Draymond, and a lot of it's good, some of it's not, but you know what you're going to get from him. But these other, like, who else coming off their bench? They have two guys who can shoot. Neither one of them you want in your playoff rotation. A second-round rookie in Quentin Post and Buddy Hield.
He was big,
and he was good.
night,
I understand. I just don't think
First half.
And Hield, who couldn't get in the Sixers playoff rotation last year. Everyone else off your bench can't shoot. One of the reasons I kind of threw out the Pod's performance against the Lakers, which made you mad, was I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was last night, but he's not going to be a guy that goes 6 of 10 from three. I don't like how this team has looked during the last couple of weeks, and they look like, to me, Brew, you know how a lot of times if you see a team that's down 30 and then makes a comeback to get to within 5 but can't get over the hump? To me, the post-Jimmy part of their season was like a season-long version of that, where you're 25 and 25 and you spend all this energy to get, you know what I mean, climb out of that hole to maybe get into the 4-5 line. And right before you get there, you run out of gas. And that's what we're seeing playing out over the last few games.
You know what they're going to have to do. You mentioned all the role players. It's gonna be different ones every night or every other game, something like that. Like it might be Moody, it might be Podzimski, it might be Gary Payton II. Like it's going to have to be a different guy or two every, game for them.
And Durant, not a tarantula.
I was thinking that one too.
Jimmy Butler, last 6 seasons, regular season, 346 games, only 2 games scoring 38 or more. Playoff/play-in, 68 games. He scored 38 or more 9 times. So, Brew, is he officially back / did he never leave?
Yeah, the playoff Jimmy is back. I mean, that's why they won last night. I mean, him and Steph, he is definitely back. This guy raises his playoff average 3 points, 18 in the regular season, 21 in the playoffs. Like Nick said, he's not going to average 38 points a game or even 30. But his play, I mean, last night he was fantastic. He wasn't perfect. He had the late turnover, bad pass, but he was great. He's playing power forward for him. Drops 38. He can hit a 3, it feels like, when he needs to.
That's so weird.
Yeah, right. It's like,
I
but
guess
that's
he can
the
hit threes now. Like, shoot that, Jimmy.
When it's important, he seems to be able to hit them.
Yeah.
The last 4 games, which they've been kind of playing playoff games, he's averaging 30 points on 60% shooting. He's averaging 13 free throw attempts a game. That is huge for them. When you have the shooting of Steph and hopefully for Warriors fans, Podzimski, and to have a guy that can draw fouls the way Butler does and is efficient from the line is huge. And Nick, when he has good coaching and a good structure and a solid roster around him, that's when playoff Jimmy emerges. He didn't have like a ton of big playoff wins before he went to Miami. He had some moments here and there, but it was Miami where you got a great coach in Eric Spoelstra. You got good players around. You're not great, but good. And he beat Giannis and the rest. We all know this story in Miami. So now you obviously have a great team around or players around you, some of them, and then great coaching with Kerr. He is Robin. He's the second guy, which he's happy, obviously, to be. So, yeah, playoff Jimmy is here, and I do think that makes them dangerous.
And listen, I thought, you guys know I try to keep it as a rule of my television persona to not blame officials for things. And I think last night's a good reason why, is because if you wanted to blame the refs, either team you were rooting for, you had an amazing case. You know what I mean? It felt like the first 45 minutes of that game, the Warriors got every call. Then at the end, the Grizzlies got some phantom calls. And then the final, at the very end, the 5-second call, which felt like quick trigger. But the biggest beneficiary of the calls early was Jimmy, but then it became Jimmy on behalf of Steph. And so this is the point I'm trying to make. Jimmy's ability to draw fouls for this Warriors team is so dangerous because then all of a sudden you're just running around the screen chasing Steph Curry, bump into him, and that's a free 2 points because it's the greatest free throw shooter in league history. You know what I mean? So Jimmy's 18 free throw attempts really, even though he actually didn't shoot that well from the line on those 18 attempts, they generate extra free points because you're in the bonus if you're the Warriors, and Steph's walking to the line smiling like a maniac, chewing his mouthpiece like these are going to be the easiest free throws of my life. So you guys, I had said throughout the year, I'm curious what the playoff Jimmy jump is going to be because his regular season was at such a depressed level this year compared to the last couple of years. I think the evidence is he can still get to peak playoff Jimmy level. I also think that was a really good graphic that you showed at the beginning, that basically one in every 175 games in the regular season, he goes for 38, and then one in every 8 games in the postseason. It is incredible. It also is a reminder that you likely go the entire Rockets series without that again. Forget that every night. Without that, if he averages it 1 in every 8 games, you maybe get one more.
You're not getting that against
huge. Right. Well, that's the thing is, and I think the Rockets can defend without fouling.
They're not shutting him down.
No, but 38. I 28 would be
get
great.
30 against the Rockets.
But what do you think the over-under will be?
Boston,
22?
Milwaukee, those were great defensive teams when he was in Miami.
Yeah, but so my guess, the point I'm trying to make is I would, like, if we had to set his average for the series, I'd probably set it at 24.
If that. I mean, but I just think he can have big nights. The thing, too, with Butler, the league, and this is not a criticism, it's a finesse league now. And the Warriors have been a finesse team. They kind of helped usher in the finesse era. Jimmy's like a throwback. Jimmy is tough. And there aren't a ton of tough guys in the league anymore. He is a tough guy, and so is Draymond. I don't mean just fighting, but just their mentality. They get it done with ruggedness. The Rockets have that guy in Dylan, but guess what? Jimmy's tougher than Dylan Brooks, in my view. So I think he obviously can nullify Dylan and even then some. So
and one other thing, and this is going to be like Wilds' hey defenders cover Travis Kelce take. Where I understand if it was this easy, someone else would have done it. Hey defenders on the Houston Rockets, Jimmy Butler is going to pump fake. He is not going up. He is not going up on the first attempt. He is going to pump fake at least once, maybe twice. He wants you to jump. Just don't jump, and he'll be shot.
All right, welcome back. We take our first break on the scoreboard. We come back for more.
The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission, JADCO, needs your help to eliminate doping and keep sport clean. If you have concerns about any doping activity, you can share the information with JADCO anonymously. The information you share will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Make the right call if you see something, say something. Protect clean sport. Protect our legacy. To report doping activity, call 888-429-5232. Or visit the JADCO website at jadco.gov.jm. A message from the Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission.
Get on the path to financial freedom. Be your own boss with City and Guilds and Distinction College certification at Distinction College. Start full-time, part-time, and weekend classes in plumbing, air conditioning, and refrigeration, motor vehicle repairs, and electrical installation. No subjects required, no age limit, no entrance test. Register this week and get free courses at huge discounts. Licensed employment agencies will assist students with job opportunities overseas. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, and Ocho Rios, or call 876-356-4167. Distinction College, the school of champions.
Get the inside scoop. Tune in to Budget Bites, a brief breakdown of the 2025 budget presentation by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. It's an informative snapshot of the budget and what it means for you. Don't miss Budget Bites, bite-sized insights into the Prime Minister's vision for Jamaica. Budget Bites, unpacking the budget for you.
You're listening to The Scoreboard on Jamaica's #1 sports station.
All right, welcome back to The Scoreboard. And now it's time for more basketball. But interestingly, there will be a discussion looking ahead to some of the playoff series over the weekend. And also, the person who traded, and I know it's not Nico Harris traded Luka Doncic. No GM can trade a superstar, all-time potential great in terms of top 10 all-time player, who is one of the best players in the league that is loved by the city he's playing for. No general manager can trade a player. The owner traded him.